Goal setting. How to set and achieve your life goals. Do you have big dreams but feel lost on how to achieve them? You're not alone. Setting goals can feel overwhelming, but the truth is, without a plan, those dreams will remain just that. Dreams. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set clear, achievable goals and create a path that leads to success. We're going to break this whole process down into manageable steps, so you can stop feeling stuck and start making those dreams a reality. Let's do this. Alright, let's dive right in. The first step to achieving any goal is to get crystal clear about what it is you actually want. This means going beyond just a general idea and really honing in on the specifics. And I mean, really specific. The more detailed you can be, the better. Think of it like this. If you were to hop in your car right now and start driving with only a vague idea of where you wanted to go, you'd probably end up lost, right? You need a clear destination to reach your goal. It's the same with your goals. Vague goals lead to vague results. Without a clear target, you're just wandering aimlessly. Instead of saying, I want to be more successful, ask yourself, what does success actually look like to me? Is it a promotion, a new skill, or perhaps a personal achievement? Do you want to land your dream job, start your own business? Maybe you want to become an expert in your field or gain recognition for your work. Write a book? Get specific. The more detailed your vision, the easier it will be to create a plan to achieve it. For example, instead of saying, I want to be a writer, you might say, I want to write a novel about my travels and have it published by a major publishing house. This gives you a clear direction and purpose. See the difference? When you're specific, you give your brain a clear target to focus on, making it easier to take actionable steps. When you're specific, you give your brain a clear target to focus on. It's like giving yourself a roadmap to follow. It's like plugging that destination into your GPS. Suddenly you have a clear path to follow and you know exactly where you're headed. Suddenly you have a roadmap, a direction to move in. You can see the steps you need to take to get there, and don't be afraid to get really detailed here. The more you can visualize and plan, the more real your goal becomes. Instead of just saying, I want to start a business, specify what kind of business it will be, what you'll sell, who your ideal customer is. The clearer your vision, the more achievable it becomes. The more specific you are, the more real that goal becomes in your mind. It transforms from a vague idea into a concrete plan. It's no longer just a wishy-washy idea floating around in your head. It becomes a tangible objective you can work towards. It's a tangible objective you can start taking action towards. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal. So, grab a notebook, open up a document on your computer, whatever works for you, and let's start getting specific about those goals. Write down every detail you can think of. Remember, this is your life, your dreams. Make them count. The more effort you put into defining your goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. Okay, you've got your specific goal written down. It's ambitious, it's exciting, and it's a little daunting, right? That feeling of excitement mixed with a bit of fear is completely normal. That's normal. We're wired to get a little freaked out by big, challenging goals. Our brains are naturally cautious when faced with the unknown. But here's the secret. You don't have to achieve it all at once. The journey to your goal is a marathon, not a sprint. In fact, trying to tackle a huge goal in one go is a recipe for overwhelm and burnout. It's like trying to eat an entire cake in one sitting. Instead, we're going to break it down into bite-sized, manageable steps. Each small step is a piece of the puzzle. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't just teleport to the top, do you? Every step you take brings you closer to the summit. You take it one step at a time, focusing on the path right in front of you. Each step is progress, no matter how small it seems. So, let's look at your goal. What's one small action you can take today to move you closer to it? It doesn't have to be monumental. If your goal is to write a book, maybe today's step is simply brainstorming a list of potential chapter titles. Just getting your ideas down on paper is progress. If your goal is to start a business, maybe today you'll research the legal requirements for registering your business in your state. Knowledge is power. See, small steps, but each one moves you forward. Each small action builds momentum. And here's the beautiful thing about breaking down goals. It takes the pressure off. You can breathe easier knowing you only need to focus on one step at a time. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of your ambition, you get to focus on the satisfaction of checking off those smaller tasks. Each checkmark is a win. Each completed step is a victory, a boost of motivation that propels you towards the next one. Celebrate those small wins, and before you know it, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. The journey will be worth it. So grab your notebook again and let's break that big, beautiful goal of yours into manageable steps. Let's make it actionable. Remember, you don't have to have it all figured out today. It's a process, and it's okay to take your time. Just focus on the next step and trust the process. Each step you take is a step closer to your goal. All right, we're almost there. You've got your specific goal, you've broken it down into manageable steps. Now it's time to light a fire under your own butt and set some deadlines. Because let's be honest, without deadlines, it's way too easy to let those goals slide, right? Think about it. Have you ever had a project or a task that just kept getting pushed back until it was completely forgotten? We've all been there. But when you set a deadline, you create a sense of urgency, a commitment to yourself that you're serious about making this happen. Now, I'm not talking about setting unrealistic deadlines that just set you up for failure. Be honest with yourself about what you can realistically achieve in a given time frame. Start with your smaller steps. If your goal is to write a book, and your first step is to brainstorm chapter titles, maybe you give yourself a deadline of 2 days to complete that. For bigger steps, give yourself more time. The key is to create a timeline that feels challenging, yet achievable. And here's a pro tip. Write your deadlines down. Put them in your calendar, stick them on your fridge, make them impossible to ignore. But setting deadlines is only half the battle. We also need to talk about accountability. Because let's face it, sometimes our own willpower just isn't enough. That's where finding an accountability partner comes in. This could be a friend, a family member, a mentor, or even a coach. Share your goals with them, your deadlines, and ask them to hold you accountable. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals and is checking in on your progress can be incredibly motivating. Plus, it's always helpful to have someone to celebrate your wins with and offer support when you're feeling stuck. So, there you have it. You've got the tools, you've got the roadmap, now go out there and make those dreams a reality. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And with deadlines and accountability, you're setting yourself up for success. So take that first step today and keep moving forward. Your future self will thank you for it. Now, think about one goal you want to achieve. What's the first step you can take today to get closer to it? Share it in the comments and let's support each other in reaching our goals. If this video helped you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs a little push. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Outrow screen with your tagline, surviving and thriving in a challenging world.